All right, guys, I've got a great blind buy haul video for you. One of the fragrances is not really a blind buy. A couple of them are reformulated versions of fragrances I've talked about, but the majority of these are blind buys, and I'm going to tell you about the fragrances. And I'm going to tell you about the one that's not a blind buy first because I think it's a great deal and I think it'll be perfect for summer. And you're going to want to have it if you are a rose lover as your summer rose fragrance. But before I talk about the fragrances, I want to let you know this is last call for the mystery box. There's only around 10 boxes left. Get it because it's shipping today. And we'll be done with the mystery box for a while. We won't have another one for a while. It took us a long time to get that going, unfortunately. With the show happening, Scentfest SF, it took me a long time to get organized another box. But the show's coming to an end. Scentfest SF, if you haven't gotten your tickets, please do. Get yourself a 3-day pass. There's great programming, great scent sessions happening, and you'll be able to smell over 500 fragrances at the show with over 110 brands. Osmotech, fragrance creation algorithmically or blending yourself. A lot of fun times. So get your 3-day pass, get a VIP pass. You'll be able to come in earlier and beat the crowds. And again, it's going to be an awesome show. I've got the show linked in the info box. So both the mystery box, which we have only a few left of, and the Scentfest SF. Okay, let's talk about this fragrance that a friend had. I went and had some coffee with a friend who's a fragrance lover, but she's not on social media or anything. And she didn't tell me she was bringing some fragrances. And she pulls out 2 fragrances from a brand called Voyage Royal. And the one I really fell in love with is the 2 Roses. Although she had another one called Dracula, which I couldn't find online. And so I didn't buy that one. I ordered another one from them called the Pope's Daughter. These are around $30 each. And the 2 Roses is so awesome as a fragrance. I think it's going to be great for summer. It smells fantastic. Super fresh, a bit juicy, jammy, but brightness all around. There's a little bit of an earthiness in there. Kind of reminds me a little bit of the fragrance from Atelier Cologne, the Rose Anonyme, or that fragrance, a little bit like that. So that fragrance, I think it's kind of gone. The brand has completely disappeared from the USA. So if you're looking for something like that, I think the 2 Roses will be satisfactory for you. Again, the prices are pretty low. It's not expensive at all. It's around $30 for this. 100 ml. Cool, cute looking box. It's an Italian brand I hadn't heard about. So I ordered the 2 Roses because I really loved it. I wanted to order Dracula, but they were out of stock. So I'm going to look for it at another place. But both the 2 Roses and Dracula, the 2 she had, are the ones that I really like. So I did order the Pope's Daughter that I'm going to talk to you about a little bit as well. But get yourself the 2 Roses. It's fantastic. Smells amazing. It's an Italian niche house, apparently. You guys familiar with this house? Look at the presentation. Sense of Lost Kingdoms, it says. It's got Arabic writing here, stories here, and more information down here. Yeah, if you're a budget fragrance collector, this one's definitely approved by me. I really love it. Get it. The rose is awesome. Again, it's a bit dry, a bit juicy, jammy. There's earthiness in there like patchouli. It does remind me a little bit of Atelier Cologne's Rose Anonyme. But also, I should mention, it reminds me a little bit of Rose Magnétique also from the House of Essential Parfums. So totally worth it. Not identical. They're reminding me of those 2 fragrances. Let's talk about the Pope's Daughter next. I don't know much about this one. She didn't have it. And the thing is, I bought a tester of this. That's why it doesn't come with the box. It also looks like it's used quite a bit because I didn't use that. It came like that. And this was also around $25, $30. I don't have the exact prices, but let me explain to you what it's all about because I don't know much about it. This one smells super masculine, very woody, resinous, smoky. It's like it has like a smoky, incensey touches. And I feel like there's a little bit of a woods like pencil shavings. So it's darker, earthier, very woody, smoky, resinous, maybe ambery as well. So totally different, removing the brightness of the rose, the two roses, and going into a much more masculine direction, very dark and rosy, spicy, earthy. So if you like woody, earthy fragrances, try this one. Although the name is a bit misleading to me, the Pope's Daughter, for this kind of a very masculine offering. Anyway, I guess people come up with names and the stories behind the fragrances kind of don't match the fragrance. At least to me, it doesn't. But I don't know this full story, so I can't recommend. But I think it's pleasant for what it is. It's, again, dark, smoky, woody, resinous. There's also a bit peppery, but since I'm getting the incensey touches, it could also be that it is incense or pepper, black pepper, kind of reminding me of one another. So that is the Pope's Daughter. Let me know if you guys are familiar with this brand, Voyage Royal. Everything is timestamp tagged if you wanted to buy these fragrances. Both of these are very inexpensive. I'm going to look up the other two. I'm definitely going to get Dracula, but I think they also have a fourth fragrance, which I believe is called, well, there's Dracula, and there's also the Conqueror. So those are the two that I'm missing. I'll end up getting them once I find them, but I wanted to highlight these two fragrances, Voyage Royal, the Two Roses, and the Pope's Daughter. So let's go. This is a fragrance I've been wanting to pick up for a while. I finally have it. This is Mercedes-Benz Club Black in the Eau de Parfum concentration. So I've recommended the original quite a bit, and this is the EDP. The original is EDT. And so now we've got, it was orange before over here, the glass. Now it's red, very futuristic looking. It also looks like it could be a cell phone in the car. You can pick up and talk. Because I kind of like the way this bottle is designed. Although I've dropped it, and not this one, but the other one, and it kind of splits apart, but you can kind of snap it back in. So this is definitely very similar to the original, but I feel like the original seems to be dry, super, super dry. This one does have a bit more of a syrupy consistency or texture. And it's very similar in the idea. It's a very spicy, woody, peppery take on vanilla. And the pepper is highlighted here. It's super, super highlighted. I think this is great. It smells really fantastic for a budget vanilla fragrance for the guys. It's taking the vanilla into a non-gourmand territory. So even though vanilla is considered gourmand, you're not, swimming in other kind of gourmand notes like coconut or caramel or, everything that goes into making coconutty fragrances. So it's super masculine, it's sweet, it's spicy, not as dry as the original in Eau de Toilette. This EDP is definitely much more syrupy, but of course amber comes in as well. I do approve of this one. It smells great. I haven't tested the performance on it yet, but if you're looking for a new vanilla, and we're just getting into summer, but summer will be over sooner, and I think this is going to be perfect for autumn, especially winter as well. So I do recommend this one. This one I'll have it timestamp tagged. This is Mercedes-Benz Club Black. Really awesome scent. A new acquisition for me. Ordered blind, but I knew what I was kind of getting into with that one. So I knew that it would be great. I think it's created by Olivier Cresp. At least the original is created by Olivier Cresp. So yeah, check that out. It is timestamp tagged. Get it. I think it's totally worth having. Now, this next one I wanted to pick up as well. This is Maubussin's Star Chérie. This is a woman's fragrance. It's a flanker to Star for the ladies. And this is Star Chérie. Once again, Mauboussin doesn't disappoint. They do great quality offerings for really budget prices. And if you don't know Mauboussin, they're a jewelry house from France. And they have great fragrances. And Star, I've recommended for the ladies. I've recommended Star for the guys. There's also an Histoire de Homme Irresistible for the guys. I think the women's is okay as well. And throughout the years, they've had some great fragrances. Now that I've acquired this, maybe if I acquire a few more and buy a few more, I'm going to do a video on Mauboussin. But the problem is sometimes the fragrances don't stay around, like they get discontinued. But some of the fragrances that I like have been lingering around. But yeah, this was probably around $30, maybe $32 that I bought for online, and I have a timestamp tag. This is basically, it's red. Kind of can imagine which direction it's going in, right? It's cherried for sure. I think if you're a fan of Lost Cherry, you're gonna dig this. It's cherry almondy, also a little bit syrupy cherried liqueur. Again, I don't know the performance on these. I haven't worn them yet, but they just came. They've been piling up, and I've been busy working from home on ScentFest SF. And I said I have a big list that I want to talk about to you guys and let you know. And if you're looking for a new cherry scent, I do recommend the Star Chérie. Yeah, I mean, it does remind me of Lost Cherry and all of those cherry-focused fragrances. Sweet, fruity. The idea of maraschino cherry comes to mind. It's sweet, but I wouldn't... Well, yeah, it is pretty sweet, I should say. There are probably some vanillic touches, but of course I'm getting almondy touches here as well. I think it could be an awesome replacement for Lost Cherry. And it's Star Chérie. So I know what they're going after. The cherry crowd. So Star Chérie from Mauboussin, I recommend it. Hey, so it's a ladies targeted release, but even Star, I felt like for the ladies was not super feminine. Maybe this one's a bit more feminine, but Lost Cherry I think is unisex targeted. So if you like Lost Cherry and you can't afford it anymore, there you have it right there. The bottle is also cute, I think. What do you guys think? All right, so that's Mauboussin Star Chérie. I've got a timestamp tag. Some of these are in boxes and some of these are testers. So the next one, I spoke about this in one of the discounted videos I did. And I said I'm going to be buying this blind. And I did. It was a really, really great price for this. I paid probably around $50. This is my very first Keiko Mecheri fragrance. It's called Precious Forest. But I did look it up online, and it did say that it's not necessarily what the fragrance might sound like. It's vanillic. This was around $50. Are you guys familiar with the brand? Keiko Mecheri, I think it's a brand from Southern California. I'm not 100% sure. This is sprayed already. Ooh. That is wonderful. So it's kind of, wow. That's a good blind buy. And that's total niche as well. Yes, it's a tester. It seems like it's pretty full. It's kind of sweet, vanillic ambery, but there's a slight green booziness in there. Reminding me a little bit of Quinton Biche's vanilla fragrance from this collection. Chloe. There's also Mer Shadow from the house of Bon Parfumeur. This kind of reminds me a little bit. There's a greenness running through the sweetness is what I'm getting from this. Wow, that's really good. Really, really super good. So I met Keiko one time during Exons in Milan, but they did something outside of Milan, and it was like a kind of an art gallery situation. I fell in love with one of her fragrances. It might have been this one. What a coincidence. This was like 2018 or 2017. And I've been wanting a bottle of it since then. I didn't remember 100%, but now that I've put my nose on it, this is really super awesome. Have you guys heard of this? Do you know Keiko Mecheri Precious Forest? This is my first bottle. I'm glad I found it. It was around $50, maybe $55, maybe $45, somewhere around there. If I can still find it, I will link it for you guys. Get yourself a bottle. If you like fragrances like Mer Shadow, maybe more like the Chloe fragrance that Quinton Biche did, vanilla fragrance, because it does remind me of that a little bit. That is definitely a score for Blind Buy. I mean, the rest of the previous fragrances, I knew what I was getting into, but this has the qualities of super niche fragrances, and I really love the way it smells. So that one's totally worth it. Tester or not, I'm glad I have it. And, you know, it comes in an ugly bottle. I have to wipe it down because it does have, whoa, it does have quite a few smudges all over it, but it doesn't really bother me that the fragrance itself smells super awesome. All right, as I was putting I didn't really put notes together. I was just getting ready to shoot. Another was delivered, so I'm going to open that up to see what it is. But I've been mentioning in my discount deals videos that I'm ordering certain fragrances, that I will let you guys know about them. And this is another tester that I bought, really badly shipped. It just says demonstration tester. So this is Juliette Has a Gun. I've been wanting this one. I haven't been able to smell it, although I did smell their new banana fragrance, which I kind of liked. But this is, wow, it's pretty messy. This is Madeleine Impériale. Have you guys sampled this one? Yeah, this presentation is pretty bad. So Madeleine's are some delicious treats from France. I really love them. Whoa, this bottle is pretty messed up. Look at that. I've got to clean it up quite a bit. And on the back, you'll see the notes list. So I'm going to have to get a nice wet cloth and peel off that garbage on the back. And anyway, we'll see. But this does have notes breakdown. Top note, blood orange. Heart notes, baked Madeleine, patchouli, saffron. Bottom notes, vanilla, oud wood, sandalwood. Volume, high. Okay. No, I'm not liking the smell of this one. Oh, totally different. It's the first smell I smelled, I didn't care for. I think the saffron's bothering me here. What the heck? Whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Like, what's behind this dark metallic saffron note, leathery saffron note, is something super gourmand, but what the heck have they done to this fragrance? Whose idea was it to release this one? I don't care for this one whatsoever. Whoa. Whoa. It's like very animalic. What the hell? It's oud wood plus the saffron together that's giving me this very Middle Eastern, dirty, oudy, woody, animalic thing. Wow, that's terrible. I mean, if you like gourmands, you're going into this Madeleine Impériale, don't expect it to be gourmand. Although I feel like it is settling. It might settle to something sweet and gourmandesque with the oudy, leathery touches. But that is, I think this is the wrong audience they're targeting with this kind of a fragrance. Because most of the people that like fragrances, that like the Juliette Has a Gun fragrances, probably will not like this. But I don't want to judge or assume anything. But what are you guys' thoughts on this one? That's pretty weird. That one's a terrible blind buy. But I do have to say the banana one is quite good. I probably will try and find the banana one as well to see if I can get it. But I did mention in a video recently that I was going to buy 2 patchouli fragrances that I saw online that I haven't got my nose on before. And both of them got delivered. Well, that was pretty intense. So one of them is Shauran Paris Patchouli Vision. I've always wanted to check out this brand and I was never able to. The other one is Vertus Paris Soul Patchouli. Now this brand I have sampled in a perfume shop in Spain, in Marbella. And maybe also Malaga, I can't remember. But I know that the brand was selling at the store, I think it's called Niche Perfume. But I don't know the brand very well. All right, let's talk about Shauran first. Let's open it up. These were not super cheap, but also not super expensive. This is a 50 ml, the Shauran. I've always wanted to check this brand out. Beautiful bottle. Beautiful bottle. Patchouli Vision. Are you guys getting bored of patchouli? I never get bored of patchouli, man. So let's see. Oh, it's got the name on the sprayer part there as well. I think that's not necessary personally. I kind of like the bottle like this more than like this. That's how it was in the box. Ooh. Yum. This is good. After that disappointing Juliette has to go. What the hell were they thinking with that? The dirtiness and the smudginess of the bottle is how I experience the fragrance as well. But this one, Patchouli Vision, it's a smooth patchouli. It's almost like taking the green side of patchouli and meshing it with the cakey, chocolatey side of patchouli. But man, it's super smooth. It's eau de parfum. I thought it would be extrait. But it is eau de parfum. 50 ml. I think this was around $70, $80. But that is a good patchouli. Did I ever do a patchouli deep dive? Is that something you guys want? If I didn't, I can't remember. I have to go back to my history of the channel. But keep in mind, I'll be going back to normal scheduled videos once the show is over. Although I'm going to take some time off, so you might not see me for a while. But that Shauran Paris, you know, this is one of the worst box designs. It's like, if you pick it up from the top, it just slips through. It should be, don't do that. But honestly, that is delicious. This Shauran Patchouli Vision is quite yum. So I have a timestamp tagged for you guys if you're interested in that one. And let's talk about Vertus Paris Sol Patchouli next. It's interesting. Both of them came with a sleeve like. And look at this one. It's got this interesting little corner. Who's familiar with Vertus and who's familiar with Shauran? That one's not coming apart. I think I smelled this Sol Patchouli in Malaga because being the patchouli lover, I probably went straight to that, but I don't remember it. Here is the bottle. All right, let's try it out. I'm completely unfamiliar with this house. Nice magnetic cap. A totally different patchouli. Both of these are eau de parfum. Both of them are good, but I think I prefer the other one more. But I kind of wanted a bit more oomph from both of them. In fact, the Vertus is a bit more subdued than the other, and I already thought that the Shauran was a little bit subdued. This one's coming off not super loud. These are both not super chocolatey. They are different kind of patchoulis. If you're into patchoulis like Reminiscence Patchouli, Psychedelic from Javoy, these are not them. I'll have to test them out and wear them, but that is Vertus. Yeah, I'm a little underwhelmed with this one. And I believe the Vertus was more expensive. I think it was definitely over $100. My first Vertus. Who's a fan of this brand? Let me know. I kind of like that corner, though. Well, that's a bummer. But I really like the Shauran for sure. I think I paid less for the Shauran for sure. But man, the Juliette has a gun. That is one disappointing fragrance. Okay, the last two fragrances I'm going to talk about. I finally bought the updated versions of L'Instant de Guerlain Pour Homme in Eau de Toilette and Eau de Parfum. Now, if you guys recall, I bought a vintage bottle from Rescented recently, and I've been wanting a vintage bottle, and I was nervous when I bought that online at Rescented, and it came, and I was so happy. It smelled so good, and I thought, you know, I need to have the fragrance in this series, in this series, in these bottles, because I haven't really given them the chance. And the previous editions, I have the EDP a little bit and a full bottle of the EDT. So I finally have them, because I think these might kind of disappear, especially the Eau de Toilette, because I don't even think the Eau de Toilette is on the Guerlain USA website. I think it's only available in Europe. I could be wrong, though. And of course, they bring, you know, overstock to sell at discounters. So both of these are tagged. The original is a masterpiece, I think, the L'Instant de Guerlain Pour Homme Eau Extrême. If you want to go catch that video, I just aired it like a couple of weeks ago. It's the original bottle that was not uniform like this from Guerlain that I discovered in an Uber and fell in love with it. And one of the reasons why I started doing YouTube videos, I credit this collection of fragrances. So I have the EDT and the EDP. These are the latest editions. They moved into bottles like this like 4 years ago or something. I think that's what it is. Let's try the Eau de Toilette first. If you don't know much about this series, it's citruses, star anise, patchouli, and cocoa. Ooh. That brings back memories. Yeah, that smells good, although it seems fainter for sure. But it does remind me of the original. Let's try the Eau de Parfum next. The Eau de Parfum used to be Eau Extrême. Deeper for sure. So the thing is, the EDT has a lot brightness and it seems bigger because it's got a lot of top notes. The EDP seems a bit more subdued, and I think it's more concentrated, so it doesn't have that projection. But it's opening up really nicely. The star anise adds a really awesome contrast here. Well, actually, it's reminding me a little bit of the Keiko Mecheri, which is really interesting. I think, to me, star anise, they provide a slight greenness to fragrances. Oh man, this is good. I love it. This is definitely one of my favorites for a long time. And this is the first time I bought it in this edition. It still smells great. It doesn't have a lot of the deepness that I usually associate with the original in the brown bottle, but it totally takes me back. It's fantastic fragrance, guys. If you don't know this collection, please try it out. One of the best fragrances ever created for the guys. It's awesome. Now, I was hoping that Guerlain would launch a Parfum edition of this and also Heritage, but they haven't. So what does that tell me? They're not that popular, or they're not big sellers for the brand. So obviously they won't make it. All right, so I'm pretty happy with this collection, except for this disaster of a fragrance. That was awful. Who's a fan of that one? Why do you like it? Let me know, add a comment below. But meshing that animalic oud with the metallic saffron leather thing with Madeleine's was a really, really bad idea. Disappointing. And I usually like the brand. I've not smelled anything that bad from that brand at all. That was a disaster. But if you're a fan, I'm sorry I don't like it. I can't like everything. I do enjoy a lot. I think my best blind buy today is the Keiko Mecheri. I can't believe how good it is. I can't believe how good it is, and I can't believe how little it cost. Yes, it's a tester. Yes, it's a bit smudgy, but I'm going to go clean this up and wash my hands afterwards. Let's smell it one more time. And if you can get your hands on this, I would highly recommend it. it really literally reminds me, I'm not saying it's identical, but it literally reminds me of the vanilla from Chloe, and also hints at a little bit of Mer Shadow. Both of those are created by Canton Biche. I think it's Keiko Mecheri. I think that's the perfumer behind these fragrances. But if you can get yourself Precious Forest, get it right away. That stuff is good. But also, don't forget the 2 roses. Really awesome cheapy rose. Anyway, guys, thanks so much for watching today. If you haven't gotten your Scentfest SF tickets yet, please do. There's only a few mystery boxes. Get those. And, you know, please like the video. Please share it. If you have any questions or comments, please list below. Otherwise, like the video and share it, as I said. And I'll be back with more videos very soon. Have a good one. Goodbye.